Yay! Oh, I knew there's something I've forgotten. Turn the light on. That's it. You can see hmm, my face. Just make sure. I'll tighten up that again. Why is it always the little tiny nuts and bolts on a microphone arm that always seem to loosen up somehow, and the microphone just goes annoying. But I'll hunt out the tools to do it tomorrow, I think. I like the pen a bit. Right, I've got my coffee. There was just a few things I needed to sort out, including the audio for this, which is still quite low, so I need to just quickly go to the settings, which is annoying. Sound settings. Somebody's very quiet. I don't know why. It says it's fine. Maybe it's because it's on Disney Plus, not anywhere else. My review of TPM was one of the first things I did. Cool. I have to admit, I have to go back and take a look at some of your older stuff, see how that goes. Hopefully there's no issues going forward, apart from the bloody audio. Maybe if I turn this off. Hello, turn off. Power off. Power on. Pairing. Be nice if I can hear it. I can't hear it. Oh, there we go. Still very quiet though. Don't get it. Well, it'll be fine. It will be fine. Right, let's get this clock up. Right, clock is up. Pressing play. Woohoo! The Phantom Menace. Synchronizing. 16 seconds. Yeah, there's something in here that keeps floating around. I think it's some sort of fly. It's quite warm in here, so probably awoken. But how's it sound, guys? Does it sound good? Look good? Oh, typical. Now the dog wants to go out. At least it's at the beginning. Come on, babe. Get the light on. You and it. What did you want then? Hmm? Weird. Hopefully he's going to go out. Oh, I need to move myself over a bit. The other way. That's it. Bloody chair. Right. The camera moved. Oh, that's kind of a little weird. I think that's better. That looks better. There we go. Coffee. Okay. Captain. Tell them we wish to board at once. Doesn't surprise me, Steve. Doesn't surprise me. TC14 at your service. This way. There we go, Steve, with his factoids. Factoid number 1. The ship is red because that is the colour of the diplomatic fleet or whatever. Well, actually, technically in the Old Republic, the red is actually the Republic colours. What? What did you say? I knew it. They're here to force a settlement. Distract them. I contact Lord Sidious. I'm not going in there with 2 Jedi. Send a droid. He used blood. I doubt it's Anthony Daniels in TC14. They're Jedi Knights, I believe. No. I thought I'd break it up because I thought I'd do Star Trek films at the beginning of the week and then to finish at the end of the week do Star Wars. Just to be different. So next week I'll carry on with the Star Trek at the beginning of the week. Once I'm done with the Star Trek films and Star Wars films, I'll actually start doing other films. But on Sunday I will be doing a slightly earlier stream where I will actually be watching Spaceballs. I really should get a decent lightsaber. That's John Fansom, is it? Thanks, IMDb. Thanks, IMDb. Yeah. IMDb's pretty good for getting cast information and stuff, so I don't subscribe to the pro part of it, but yeah. Buddy, what are you doing? Have you ever encountered a Jedi Knight before, son? Especially Lindsay Duncan was the voice of TC14. Cool. I don't think. Well, Adrian, it's just to kick things off. But you don't think you could get through the Phantom Menace? But bless you if you're a fan. Well, I'm not so much a fan of this one, but you know, Star Wars in general, yeah. Yeah, the world building is pretty good. It is pretty good. Bailey, what are you doing? Now the dog's playing up. Master destroyers have shield generators, stating the obvious. You don't need the explainers because we got the glow of the field around them, right? So we didn't need the explainers. They're no match for droid dickers. Adrian is perfectly fine if you can't watch the film, but I mean you can always hang around in the chat. The chat is what makes these actually fun. Sir, transmission from planet. The flash Gordon display. Yep. Flash. Savior of the universe. The thing about Flash Gordon is a terrible movie, but the soundtrack is amazing. Queen. My God. Always love Queen. They would never do anything without the approval of the Senate. You assume too much. The original Flash Gordon. Oh, that's the black and white one. I do have a fan edit that was a YouTube for ages, but was finally taken down. I prefer the edit. All the aliens speak in alien speak and are subtitled. And the film is cut by a half hour. Yeah, well, that's the difference between Star Wars and Star Trek, isn't it? Star Trek, they say, oh, we've got a universal translator, which explains why they all speak English. But in Star Wars, there are some species that choose not to demean themselves by speaking in the common language. Or common tongue. Film is cut by a half hour. Yeah. I have actually been thinking that maybe if I do a different film every night, it'll be different. Because there are so many films I want to do. Common tongue sounds like a kink I don't want to get into. Yeah. Galactic Basic, that's the one. It's like in real life, isn't it? I mean, the most common language spoken on Earth is supposed to be English, right? Or a variation of. Right, I'm going to close that back door. Keep it going, then. Yes. 10 print boobies. 20 go to 10 basic. I like the way that they tried to get these droid transport vehicles to be like tanks and push trees over. The drawback is, even back then, the CGI wasn't quite good enough. Musical Jar Jar Binks. It is demanded by the gods, it is. That's one thing that I'm going to absolutely hate and rip on for Acolyte when that comes out. No lightsabers, no blasters. What? It's not Star Wars then, is it? More? More did you spec? I love the enthusiastic run They must have had a big lunch. I'm afraid I'm a bit banished. I do like Ewan McGregor in these though. I hated the ending with what they did with Liam Neeson. He deserved to come back, right? He should at least have started Anakin's training, to be honest. Ah, the microscopic rebreathers. You should follow me now, okay, day? Okay, day? Oh yeah, only women can survive a lightsaber through the torso. BAFTA weren't readily available back then. Plot holes, isn't it, really? Thing is that now I'm watching things with a more analytical point of view. I kind of analyze the CGI and stuff, and compared to some of the stuff we've seen after this, a lot of the CGI is actually pretty bad. Women and red guys with horns. Oh yes. Well, red guys with horns can survive getting cut in half, essentially, from the waist down. So, yeah. Needed a big doo-doo this time. Pooper scooper time. Ow! How rude. Yeah, Win Grace. Unfortunately, there's no evidence to support that, is there? Um, I think Star Wars Theory did a fan movie about it, didn't he? A fan short movie about that, didn't he? Where the clones were sent down to find Mace Windu's body, and he was still alive in the Undercity or the in the sewers, technically. Jar Jar is the key to it all. To all this, George Lucas to Steven Spielberg. Oh yeah. Only that what's his name said he's wanting to come back for a series. Samuel, yeah. So I'm sure Disney will make it happen. I hope not. Not with the current situation, anyway. It's a bad idea. We need a navigator to get us through the planet's core. There's always a bigger fish. Oh, too early for that. Liam Neeson, great actor. Brian Blessed. kind of weird how a species of alien that lives underwater would need vehicles to travel underwater. It's a mutton be saying that. Ooh, big cougar fish. Cougar fish or Cuba fish? I can never remember. I don't walk everywhere. Well, the Gungans are more simple people, right? Ah, big Cuba fish. Huge teeth. I don't walk everywhere, but there's always a bigger fish. So Nabil doesn't have a molten iron core. I wonder what protects the planet from the sun's ultraviolet rays. Yeah, exactly. Magic goblins. Your flying controlling her will not be difficult. No need to report that to him until we have something to report. Oh, Max, he big the force. Well, that's stinkery. They kind of push so much to happen in the first, what, half an hour? Yeah, we're not even 20 minutes into the film yet, and they've put all this stuff into it. It's like poetry, though. Yeah. Keep the kids distracted. Distracted from what? Oh. Ah, the tanks and transports and I forget what they call those flying thingies that they use for the droids. Vulture droids. Distracted from candy cigarettes and The Simpsons. Yeah, among other things. I mean, Naboo is a peaceful planet, right? So there are peaceful people. So why would you even need all of that military equipment to take control? Surely just sending the droids in would be enough. Why do you need the heavy vehicles? Ah, it's not the special feature, special edition one either. Why won't Disney use the special editions, the extended cut ones? Because do you remember in the extended version they actually the submarine starts going backwards towards a waterfall? Do you remember that? How excited we were! Yeah, I remember how excited I was. It's like, yeah, we're getting new Star Wars in my lifetime. Now look at it. I was a teenager. When did it come out? I can't remember. I can't remember when it came out. 99. Yeah, I was 19. Well, I was probably not even 19 because when did what part of the year did it come out? So I would likely have just still been 18 years old at the time. Probably May, yeah. I was born in December 1980, so I would have been 18. You was 32 and Aiden was 7. Wow. There are too many of them. Won't be a problem. Keira Knightley? Why are you mentioning Keira Knightley? Was she in this film? Oh, she played the decoy, the one that was always in the makeup. I don't remember her. I don't recognise her in it. But I prefer Natalie Portman over Keira Knightley, to be honest. Yeah, I know she is. The real Padme is. See? Brie Larson isn't the only one that uses a body double for their ass. Apparently her name is Sabe. Not sure I ever knew that. No, me neither. I think it's because of the makeup and the headdress that she's wearing. You just don't notice it. It's like when Natalie Portman is actually in that dressed up the same way, you don't recognise her straight away, do you? We know it's her because well, it's obvious. But so the shield generator's been hit when the shields were raised. So how could the shield generators be hit? Hmm. I think they were only hit a couple of times as well, weren't they? If you can't get the shield generator fixed, we'll be sitting ducks. That little droid did it. It always made me laugh that they're always flying towards the blast of fire from the ships. Is it Sabe or Sade? She has disappeared, my lord. Let's just check the stream, make sure it's still good. YouTube. Good. Rumble. Good. Looks good. This is my apprentice, Lord Maul. This is getting out of hand. There are two of them. No, there are two of them. Palpatine is on the toilet in this scene. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Be like in Spaceballs, wouldn't it? This is an unregistered wall. I always wanted a life-size R2-D2. So expensive, though. I'm surprised we shouldn't be that far off of actually being able to build a real-life R2 unit, right? Yeah. Has his name printed on his side. But you should do. I mean, how else would you be able to, unless you're fluent in droid language? Getting cleaned up by Padme herself. I'm Padme. She looks so cute in this one. Well, I can't see it. Maybe it's braille. Yeah, maybe it is. Like, it's only printed on there in small writing, so only the actors can be like, "Oh, this is R2-D2." Because we know how much the actors love to read up on anything they're being in. So we'll go out to the middle of the desert and we'll have our reflective steel ship in the middle, and hopefully no one will find it. I sense a disturbance in the force. Yeah, I think it would be quite simple to make an R2 unit now, wouldn't it? I mean, real life with the robotic stuff you can get as a hobbyist now. You could even use electric turbines to make him fly, couldn't you? If he's light enough. Ugh, in 4K you can see the gum around Liam's head. Oh, you're watching it in 4K, are you? Did you see the part? Does that one have the scene where when they come up on Naboo, when they come up in the submarine and they surface, that they start going backwards and there's a waterfall behind them? Do you have that bit on that one? Because it's not on this one. This is the one that's on Disney. Oh, you're on Disney as well. Okay. I thought you might have had the DVD or the Blu-ray or something. Mi casa fu pasa. I'm surprised that when Anakin came walking in the shop, I'm surprised they didn't have like the Skywalker theme or something going. Are you an angel? Oh, Padme, if you only knew what happens in the future. All my life. Oh, look. A gold protocol droid shell. Shame it never get used. Well, yep, there it is. There's 3PO's body, well, shell. But there's that thing going around that Anakin didn't actually build 3PO like he claims in this film. Yeah, hit the nose. Credits will do fine. He repaired 3PO. More likely. Or he scavenged the parts from other protocol droids. It's also more likely. He may have put them together, but he didn't actually build him. (2001) pods and T-800 Terminators in the scrapyard. Yep. Yeah, I think I noticed that. Hey, Harris! I don't think we're too far off from a good amount of the droids in Star Wars. Honestly, can't wait till someone starts making them and can't produce them can produce them to scale. Yeah, I think it makes sense because I mean you can some of the robots that you can build. I'm pretty sure that you could come up with um, a pretty good look facsimile of a Astro droid at least. You could probably build a decent Dalek as well if you had the time and the money and the maybe a metal 3D printer or something. Give me an R2 or a K2 so. A K2. True. Boss and Dynamax robots move more smoothly than the droids in Star Wars. True, that is true. The last thing is I want. I mean, Japan's doing some pretty good stuff with robotics, haven't they? They got a decent humanoid robot, haven't they? It's kind of autonomous. They use a wireless connection, don't they? mean, all we're doing is waiting for the AI to catch up, and then we'll have droid servants, won't we? And then we'll have a an uprising, and then we'll start silent war will start. Parts of Japan. Shoot, I feel like parts of Japan are halfway to Star Wars already. Yeah, they do have some pretty cool robots. If anywhere was going to develop the robot technology in the best ways, it was going to be Japan, right? They've got that mindset. Shmi's slave quarters are nicer than my house. Shmi's slave quarters are bigger than my bungalow. My parts are showing. My parts are showing. My goodness. Oh, I wonder if he has his Turbo Man doll somewhere. Maybe. Maybe. So Harris, did your order arrive, or is it still on its way? Oh, still on its way. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know how long they take, see, so. Moldy Crow just flew past. Yeah. How rude. You turn around saying about how everyone else is rude, and what's he doing? Good job there isn't any cutlery on that table. Oh, when you've ordered from Cytrek in the past, it's been anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. Yeah. I don't know what. I don't know where they get their stuff from. I don't know what company they use. Oh, is Schmook playing Helldivers, Harris? Before I shut that down, I should probably turn it off, just in case. I get the notifications 24/7. Yeah, it's got to be about the same. It's like this one. This one's available on uh, what was it? Spreadshirt, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's Spreadshirt. Yeah, Spreadshirt. Their ETA was 2 weeks, and I got it within a week, and I got it in a week. So well, they're not too bad, but I'm guessing that they would use something like what's that other one? Um, I can't remember what other ones there are. I used to use them, but I stopped using them when I found Spreadshirt. And drawback with Spreadshirt is you can't adjust the prices as much. 2 to 4 weeks. That sounds about right for. I really can't remember what one it is for some reason. Complaining about being stuck there for a very long time. If only he knew what he was in for in the future. I've got you and Schmook on 2 tabs. He didn't. He didn't. He didn't link. Right, okay, so he didn't know what's going on. Okay, he didn't let you know. He's doing the gaming streams quite regular, isn't he? The few times that I've watched him play game, He should really start looking at the chat more often. I guess when he's gaming, playing those games, he can't really take his eyes off the screen, can he? Because he's got to see what's going on. I'm in it in the boot race tomorrow. Boot race. While the film isn't great, John Williams' score is top notch. John Williams is amazing. Didn't someone try and screw him over? Or am I thinking of someone else? I think I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of the Indiana Jones style of Destiny music, aren't I? They tried to screw. I can't remember who does that. I don't think that's John Williams, is it? More comedy gold. Any more factoids, Steve? What a peculiar creature. You're quite right. He's very odd indeed. Oh, all the toggle switches from the... I don't know when. The Ginger Kiss is... The Ginger Kiss or Kid? It's one of George Lucas's sprogs. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think anyone will be able to see every single one of them. Or it might have been the girl. Can't remember. One of them is one of his brats anyway. Yeah. The midichlorians that have never been mentioned before. Over 20,000. Midichlorians. The Sith Infiltrator. A ship that we never see past this film. Annoyingly. It's a nice... I like that design. I like the ship. But the annoying thing is that the design and shape is a lot like the advanced TIE fighters. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, I'm making noises. No funny business. I'll take that bet. Sebulba. The Dick Dastardly of pod racing. Yep. Or catch the pigeon. Catch the pigeon. Catch the pigeon. Force cheating. Yeah, exactly. Better stop your friend's betting or I'll end up owning him too. I mean, that paint dried quickly. You know, it's been less than a day, right? Or a day. No, it's less than a day, wasn't it? You never won a race? You never finished? Really? Putting a lot of faith in that kid. This is one of the things that I never liked about this film because we're like an hour in now, nearly, and hasn't really progressed much, has it? They have mastered interstellar travel. I'm sure quick drying paint happened a while ago. You'd think so. Well, it is a hot planet, so a dry planet, so you'd expect it to be able to dry paint quickly. Hell, it'd be lucky if it'll dry if it doesn't dry before you get your brush out of the can, right? Snob. Oh, it's the Three Stooges. Penelope pit stop. Yeah, wacky races. Well, all the characters from Wacky Races, they were in Catch a Pigeon, right? I think that was what they called it. It was Catch a Pigeon, or did it go by a different name? I can't remember. It's such a long time. Some of them were. Yeah. You know, there's something I'm keeping an eye. I'm keeping an eye out for the release date on DVD and Blu-ray of Godzilla Minus One. Some places it will say it's coming out on DVD in February, but it's not. And other places it's coming out in 4K and Blu-ray in November. I think they said, but no one knows for sure. No one even knows if it's going to go on any streaming services. I'm kind of hoping it ends up on Prime, but I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up on Apple, to be honest. Only because Apple started doing the Monsterverse stuff, didn't they? They've done Monarch, so it would make sense for them to try and get more Godzilla stuff on there. But if Apple did get Godzilla -1, that would be the first non-Apple production, wouldn't it, on Apple Plus? So it probably won't happen. It's got to be Prime. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm hoping that by the end of the year we get the black and white version as well. If they come out on DVD, I'm getting both. How can you see? I'll just flip these toggle switches that I didn't flip up. That's what happens when you cross the streams. I actually liked the game. Was it Pod Racers Revenge? I think it was on the PlayStation. Or was it just Star Wars Racers Revenge? I can't remember. Star Wars Starfighter was a good one as well. It was a lot like Ace Combat in a way. Ooh, there goes Quadranero's power company. Just check the streams, make sure they're working. Looking good. Dumb droid. Oh no. I mean, I wouldn't want my droid out in public with no coverings. I mean, honestly. No, so nobody will be. Hot dog, get your hot dog. I hope you can't hear that, but the dog is curled up asleep in the other room and he's snoring. So I hope it doesn't get picked up by the microphone. I think he's in the room. Yeah. Yeah, he's in the other room. Cheetah. Are there no rules and regulations in this? Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, judging from the fact that he's actually got that specific tool in the cockpit with him, he's obviously had that problem before. Not FIA sanctioned. No. See, the starfighters get hit with a rifle like that, they crash. But a pod race, I mean, Anakin's pod racer is blaster proof, man. Why aren't he making fighters out of that material? I do like the sound Suburba's pod racer makes. Sounds really mean. Imagine what it would have sounded like when he's coming up behind you. That dish on the side, on the top of Anakin's um, pod, just over his shoulder, is that supposed to be a reference to the Millennium Falcon? See him? Amazing! A quick controlled thrust and he's back on course. And in the lead. Didn't mention that, did he? Oh, JD! Right bit. Imagine how that'll sound. I mean, granted, I'm actually listening to these in basically mono because I've only got one earpiece on. Skyrocket in trouble. Samoba takes the lead. I think you can even hear my hard drive on that microphone. The little crackling noise. Thing is, this race goes on for a huge part of the movie in comparison, doesn't it? Careful, Annie. Careful, Annie. I've known you for a couple of days, but please be careful, Annie. I love you. I love you. Uh-oh. We're hooked up. Hi, Laura. Thanks, Laura. It's great to see you there. Always appreciate the thumbs up. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. I'm good, Laura. Thanks. How are you doing? Good going, Annie. Warwick Davies as the Little Rhodian. Yeah. Hanging in. That's always good. Whenever you gamble, my friend, sometime you'll lose. Oh look, there's the probe droid looking for him. Why do I sense we picked up another pathetic life form? What a quote. Cancel Obi-Wan. Well, he did have that fan to Star Wars fans and saying that they're not Star Wars fans at all, in his opinion, because people were saying bad things about Obi-Wan. So that got a bit controversial, didn't it? You just take him with you? Is he to become a Jedi? It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Either of you ever considering reviewing Battlestar Galactica 78? I'd love to do that. I love Battlestar Galactica, especially the original. I'll watch out for him. You have my word. See, it wasn't the boy he really wanted. He wanted his mother. He had a thing for her. Uh, I'm gonna miss working on you. You've been a great pal. Bye. Jeez. Oh, you did it on Magnificent Mondays a while ago, did you? Okay. Was that just a pilot as a movie? Might have to go back and have a look at that. See if I agree or disagree with anything you say. I'm actually surprised I haven't done any Battlestar Galactica on my channel yet. You know, I am a sci-fi channel. The Babylon 5, the Star Trek, the Star Wars. Doing Star Wars again, doing Star Trek again. Going to be doing Babylon 5 again. Got to continue that. I suppose I should throw in Andromeda as well. I might have to do Space Above and Beyond as well. I'm surprised I didn't do that. I can't remember if I still got the DVDs though. Still got the DVDs. Might do. Oh, is that the link, Steve? Cool. Qui-Gon's in trouble. Take off. Over there. Fly low. Dumbass. Like the pilot wouldn't know to do that in the first place. See, now if Maul had gone there in his ship, they wouldn't get away so easily. And don't forget, guys, I mean, if you want to support the channel, you're welcome to hit the link in the pinned message in the chat on YouTube or on Rumble. It's at the top of the chat window where you can provide a tip. Any messages will be read out by a computer voice named Emma. Over £5, obviously. But yeah, and there's some links in the description below for any merchandise you might be interested in. And the most important thing you can do is please do hit that like and hit that subscribe button. Or on Rumble, follow. Because it seriously helps. The death toll is catastrophic. We must bow to their wishes. You must contact me. Dun, dun, dun. Why are you cold? Just because you're in space doesn't make it cold. I mean, surely the ship's climate controlled, right? Hey, Han Solo. Han Solo 989. Yeah, it's been great. Thanks. Welcome. How's your day been? Okay, quick question then. If you had a starship, you could travel through space to anywhere you wanted to go, what temperature would you have your ship in at inside? I'd go with a nice, comfortable, what, 28 degrees maybe? Maybe a bit less. Between 25 and 28 degrees, I think that's comfortable. Yeah, probably is set for Naboo normal. But even, well, I mean, Naboo is looked semi-tropical, right? So it's not that cold. Just more moisture in the air, I suppose. No, it's a dry heat. It's good, isn't it? You get to your destination, you land on your designated landing platform, and guess what? You still got to fly to get to where you're going. Cold than effing Tatooine. Yeah, maybe. Comfy 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Hey, Han Solo. Brisk early spring temperature. But if I had a fancy Star Cruiser, I would have heated floors when it got too cold. Yeah, definitely. I agree. What's 68 degrees in Celsius then? I can never calculate that in my head. Oh, that's 20 degrees, is it? It's 20 degrees C. Okay. That's a summer morning temperature, isn't it, in the UK? Average during the summer. In some places. So, so Solo, where are you from? Quite toasty for the UK. Up here, anyway. Yeah, well, I mean, during the summer it gets to those temperatures, doesn't it? I mean, I, I remember one summer it was, I think, sorry, it must have been like 25 to 30 degrees at night. So you couldn't. I love the way that they say, oh, when we get to close to 40-degree temperatures during the summer, they're like, oh, it's an unusually warm. It's like, yeah, but we had summer days in summer, previous summers, like 2 summers before that, that were 40 degrees plus. I mean, hey, got a new subscriber. Han Solo, thanks for subscribing, buddy. So yeah, I love that about Streamlabs. It tells you when you get subscribers. It's great. From Louisiana. Sorry, I butchered the accent, but South Carolina in the US, but I am a graduate student living in Louisiana. It's hot there. Yeah, I've seen what Louisiana's like. Haven't been there, but I've seen it on screen. South Carolina, nice. Yeah, I mean, if as you're new here, I don't know if you know that I'm going to be doing these pretty much every weeknight. Um, until Friday night, I'll be doing well tonight. From tonight to Friday night, I'll be doing Star Wars episodes 1 through 3, obviously. Monday, Tuesday next week, I'll be going back to doing Star Trek. I'll be doing Star Trek, The Voyage Home, and that. So yeah, that's fine. It's not a problem. Don't have to. I mean, I'll always engage with the chat anyway. Well, you were recommended. That's awesome. Cool. Thanks a lot, buddy. Okay, no worries. Catch you later. Take care, mate. Take it easy. See you again soon. See, that's obviously Natalie Portman dressed up as the Queen there, but you don't recognise her, do you? Because of the makeup, it's different. You don't recognise her to start off with. Apparently, Samuel L. Jackson has his Mace Windu lightsaber hilt, and it was bad. And the fucker etched onto it. Yeah, not bad. I bet. Mace Windu with his pink lightsaber. I say pink because it certainly doesn't look that purpley to me. But I know that Jackson didn't want his lightsaber to be the same color as everyone else's, so that's why we ended up with a pink lightsaber. Electrum. Yeah, yeah, it's pink to me. You know, I am surprised that we haven't seen an ultraviolet lightsaber. Keep an eye out for ET. I think it's all gone past that, haven't we? Have we missed that yet? Actually, this is Valorium. Yeah, maybe. Call for a vote of no confidence. I move for a vote of no confidence. What is this, Parliament in the UK? Jesus. There they are! There's an entire thing full of them. Elliot! Elliot! There was 3 of the buggers. Didn't see no guys with hand radios all walking around looking for them, did you? Ah, beautiful Coruscant sunset. Makes me sick just to think about it. It's always good when you get a new subscriber. It's outstanding. Love it. That takes me to 80 now. Wow. Getting there. I just think I had a friend who said, you shouldn't do the lives until you get a better following. Don't listen to him that much anyway. He doesn't watch a film because the critics say it's a bad film. If the critics say it's a bad film 1 week before the film comes out, well, he'll never watch it. Which I think is ridiculous, to be honest. You are thinking you are people gonna die? Gangans not dying without a fight. We are warriors. We have a grand army. What's that famous quote that I can't remember who said it? To achieve peace, prepare for war. When this comes out, when this came out, people were saying there's a Starship Enterprise in the Coruscant traffic. Never seen it though. I don't think I've ever noticed it. I'm looking at the bloody traffic now. Well, it's kind of like the Firefly appearing in at the beginning of Battlestar Galactica, right? When when Rosalind's in that big room with the glass ceiling, and she looks up, you can see the Firefly taking off and flying away. You can see Serenity. Never noticed that. Cool. What, in the Battlestar Galactica? I say there's a lot of traffic there, isn't there? You don't think of how much traffic there is until you're looking at it for a specific reason. I don't think the enterprise is there. I think it's just one of those things that gets people to pay attention to something. It may be there in a certain app at a glimpse, maybe. Maybe. It's nearly as busy as Hill Valley in 2015. Yeah. Well, I mean, we should have flying cars because it wouldn't, the just stop oil people wouldn't be able to prevent us from going anywhere, would they? Isn't it nice with O2 there? Brand new. This is when R2 was a brand new droid, wasn't it? Check the other streams, make sure they're still running. They actually do have a new follower on Rumble, which is outstanding. Thank you guys. The only drawback is when I'm on the streaming software, I cannot see Rumble's chat, which is a pain in the ass. But I guess it's understandable. I mean, for the city planet, it's weird because there's no greenery, right? So there's no life on the surface anymore because obviously it's been built over. Whatever happened to the Force is strong with this one? But I suppose George wanted to quantify how powerful Anakin was with the Force. Hmm. Well, doesn't he start saying stuff about the Force and start anticipating Anakin's training and career after Maul is killed? Once he's Chancellor? I have one battleship on my scope. It's funny, when they left, how many ships were there in the blockade? Now there's only one. One ship does not a blockade make, right? You need at least 4 ships to blockade a planet, right? One on each aspect, right? But I'd hope he'd become a great Jedi Knight. Otherwise, all that training was for nothing. Honestly, what a waste of time. Oh dear. In the novelization, they just leave one ship keeping an eye on the planet and control the battle droids. Maybe they have launched surveillance satellites too. Head cannon time. Yeah. Misha like this. Very Italian. Usa udis. Usa oh bomba. You'd think that the Jedi would have sensed something. They look at each other as if they were surprised. They know. Maybe. But I didn't get the sense that they knew. Yeah, see what I did there? I didn't get the sense. Never mind. Anyway. Of course they knew. It's a film. All the actors knew what was coming. Nisa like these. That does feel very Italian, right? For any Italian watching, it's not an insult. I love the Italian accent when I can understand it. Yes, my master. I mean, I think the one thing that people watch this movie for is the Darth Maul battle fight at the end, right? The Duel of the Fates. I can't remember. Bombard General. However you say that. Peter Serafinowicz. Means like that. Beep, boop, boop. That's a really new awesome part. Everything depends on it. This will work to our advantage. Wipe them out. All of them. Destroy them. Ooh. Starting up the shield. Up and fire. Roger, roger. What's the hand signal for? He goes, open fire into the hand signal, but there's no droids poking out the other turrets, so all you'd have to say is open fire, right? Battle of the Windows Vista desktop. Yeah. Ah, I wish we could go back to the days of XP. Don't know why they changed it so much. I do long for the days of XP sometimes, I do. But only when something goes wrong with Windows 10. Uh, the Nubian N1 Starfighter. Same scream that you always hear in a Star Wars film. Yeah, let's take a small child into battle. Great babysitting. Yeah, the Willem scream. They use a lot of quotes in this from A New Hope, don't they, as well? Like, there's too many of them and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they say that in this, don't they? Rack 'em up. Seriously, why would you do that? I'm not sure that would work. Would that do those blue things only work when they're activated? Maybe. But to be honest, I don't think you can go either any direction through the shield. I don't think it allows fire through it from the inside, does it? Not that one, not that shield. Which is why I think they wait. I'm not sure if they would actually do anything before the droids activate. Tell the kid who knows how to fly to stay in the cockpit. Ah, dun dun. Dun dun. This is the part everyone's been waiting for. The face-off between two Jedi and a Sith Lord. I don't think he's an apprentice, he is a Lord, isn't he? I think Maul is a Lord, technically. Because he completed his training. I'm sure of that. First ever dual-bladed lightsaber in live action. Yeah, exactly, Lord. Just like Lord Vader. I mean, but yeah. I'm trying to. I don't know where the trigger is, so press this button. It turns it on. Nice. Another thing that don't make sense in the prequels is when they quote, "There's always two Sith, a master and an apprentice." There's more than two, because technically isn't I can't remember. His name's just slipped from my mind. I can't remember who he is. Can't remember the name. Uh, anyway, I'll remember it at some point. But there's more than two, because at this point the other one would be leading the separatists at this point, wouldn't he? Or the Techno Union? Is it the Techno Union or the other one? There's so many. Why can't I remember his name? Oh, never mind. It's not important until the next movie when we see him. Sorry, stepped away. Just caught the end. What are you referring to? Oh, the Sith. At the end of this film, where they say that there's always two, a master and an apprentice. But technically, at this point, there's more than two, isn't there? You got Palpatine, you got Maul, and you got I still can't remember his bloody name. It doesn't appear in this one, but I can't remember his name for some reason. Why can't I remember his bloody name? Count Dooku? Yeah, that's the one. I don't know why I couldn't remember Dooku. Fuck bloody hell. No, I get the sense that he had no, Darth Sidious is the Emperor, isn't he? Isn't he? It is Darth Tyrannus. It's Dooku, isn't it? I don't think he took him on after Maul's death. I get the sense that he was Palpatine's apprentice before Maul because he's older and he turned away from the Jedi Order a long time ago. Before this, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, I suppose, but that's the sense that I get. A sense that Maul was the young apprentice that he trained after sending Dooku off to do other things. Because Dooku was basically already trained as a with the lightsaber. He's a former Jedi, wasn't he? So I think that makes sense. I thought Dooku would be out there, kind of empowering and working with the Separatist Union. However, the Count of Sereno began a secretly conspire with Darth Sidious before abandoning his commitment to the light side of the Force. After the death of Qui-Gon Jinn, by Darth Maul becoming the Dark Lord's next apprentice, and adopting the title of Darth Tyrannus. If you turn someone, it might count differently. Yeah, it might do. I kind of liked my idea better. That after Maul died, well, before Maul died, Count Dooku was off doing other things. It kind of makes sense because he's old enough now. But if it was after Darth Maul died, then well, supposedly died when he was cut in half after he was defeated. Let's say there there can be lots of dark side users, but only two Sith lords. Yeah, Ventress, for example. Well, Ventress wasn't a Sith, was she? She was. I don't think she was ever technically called a Sith, was she? I mean, I know Dooku took her on as an apprentice, but yeah. But I don't think Dooku was even truly a Sith. He was just a fallen Jedi, right? Like Balin, a fallen Jedi, turned his back on the Order. Because I could imagine that Balin and Dooku maybe turned on the Jedi for the same reason, because they lost faith in what the Jedi stood for, right? You're talking about dark side users. Yeah, I know. Fallen Jedi would be dark side users, wouldn't they? They would be slightly corrupted by the dark side, but start rolling 10 seconds after they were hit. Yeah. Now this is pod racing. Sorry, haven't got to that bit yet. I should probably read up on a lot more of the old canon. Not the Disney stuff. There is no old canon. No, no. KK made a point of removing it from history, didn't she? She basically attempted to wipe it out completely. Let's go with official source material from Lucasfilm and approved by George Lucas, yeah? I'll try and find anything that's approved by George Lucas himself that predates Disney's purchase of Lucasfilm. By the way, that would include Knights of the Old Republic, which I love those two games. I do think that they should make a series or a trilogy based on that. It's just a scratch, yeah. Just get some bath to spray on it and you'll be fine. My give up. My give up. $2 has gone quickly. One of the battle droids has 1138 on its back. Yep. For a human civilization that is peaceful, they certainly know how to fight in conflict, right? I love the choreography in this. They aren't human. Nubian. The Nubians are peaceful people, but they certainly know how to fight, don't they? Like I said before, when I quoted that saying, to achieve peace, prepare for war. Open plan reactor system. There seems to be a problem with the main reactor. Who says they're not human anyway? They settled on Naboo. They're colonists, right? Every single human race, every single world that has humans on it is a colonized world, right? Woo! Ruby Sunday. I had to do it, Steve. I had to. Bloody game. Who says they're not human in Star Wars? Their control ship has been destroyed. Look. So when there's no power, their heads fall off. Okay. I think they solved this problem about what happens when you destroy a control ship, didn't they? So that the droids had an internal power supply. Jean. They aren't human stars, but Maul has the high ground. Exactly. I think you're underestimating my power. See, he's fine. Just get up and walk it off. You'll be fine. He will bring balance, mate. Yeah. Although technically his future children are technically the ones who will bring balance to the Force. It's old Ben Magruder from the Haunted Amusement Park. Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? Ben Burt is a Naboo official. Your apprentice, Skywalker, will be. Can't imagine what it would smell like being that close to a cremation. An open cremation as well. Yeah, no, they must not have had any BAFTA on anywhere on Naboo. You will be a Sith Jedi. But you're wrong. What if all of a sudden the Sith Empire attacked and they had lots and lots of Sith warriors which had lightsabers and had force ability? You'd be wrong then, wouldn't you, Yoda? Ah, sounds like the plot to Knights of the Old Republic. Funny. See, who said there was no inclusivity in Star Wars? Hope it wasn't a particularly windy day. But I feel that that veil thing, that collar, whatever it is, that big round thing on the back of Natalie Portman, if it was a windy day, I'd get the feeling that it would blow her away. 30-year-old baby Yoda is kicking around somewhere. Exactly. Ah, and there's the end. The Van de Graaff, generator of peace. Must be a nuclear weapon. Nuclear vessel. Right, so that's the end. 2 hours and 10 minutes of watching that. 2 hours and 16 minutes of streaming. Nice. Right, let's take the clock away. Don't need that. So, guys, what can we say about The Phantom Menace? Not the best of the 3 prequels, is it? Let's go with this. Not the best, certainly not the best of the 3 prequels. But yeah, it's an okay film though. Still fun, yeah. And you guys have made it more fun by being here and keeping me company. It's all good. That's why I've thought. That's why I'm doing these more now. So try and do them every day of the week, except for the weekend. Weekends will probably change things up. Cinematic triumph. Out of the prequel trilogy, I actually like Revenge of the Sith. The epic fight at the end. I hate the Padme's death part where it's she's lost the will to live. If I lost the will to live, they'll put me on antidepressants and give me a phone number to call. You want to see a light Attack of the Clone most of out of the prequels? Okay, why is that? Is there a specific reason? I might go battle droids. Why not? I just do. Well, that's fine. You can. It doesn't matter. I mean, you like Star Wars, but that's just seems to be your favorite one of the prequels. So, if I was to say that Empire Strikes Back is my favorite of the original trilogy, what would you say to that? The best inclusion, the double-bladed lightsaber. Yeah. Might go battle droids. From this movie, I would probably say yeah, but think now, knowing now what happens, I like Mando. So the fact that Mando's got the N1 starfighter, I think from now, the best inclusion in this movie for the Star Wars would probably be the N1 starfighter for that reason. But more traditionally, I'd say it's the double-bladed lightsaber because it had never been done before, right? Other than in computer games. So yeah, like Steve said, the double-bladed lightsaber is probably the best inclusion. But knowing about Mandalorian getting an N1 starfighter in the future, the N1 starfighter would probably be a good one to inclusion as well. If it was made after Mandalorian, of course. But it's a shame we have never seen in live action a Z95. Is it a Z95? One of the inspiration behind the design of the X-Wing. I believe it's made by the same company, isn't it? It's the Z95 Headhunter, I believe they call it. It's mostly seen in games. There have been some of the side canon comics that have used it. It was supposed to have been used during the Clone Wars as well. I believe they do have it in the series of the Clone Wars series, but not often. We see them in, was it Jedi Survivor? I think they used them in that as well. I mean, I used to just be a a fighter and ship guy. That's what I used to be a long time ago. But when I started to appreciate the movies more for other things. But I mean, the choreography for the fight scene in the Phantom Menace at the end between Maul and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. I mean, can you compare that to what we saw in Ahsoka? Let's say. What a ship's going to look like in the Acolyte? Well, they're certainly not going to have blasters, are they? They'll probably just look like shuttles or something. They'll just look like old shuttles, similar to, maybe in a way. They should be pretty close to what Ahsoka is. It flies around in, right? Because that's an old Republic Jedi transport, isn't it? So it probably looks something along those lines. Maybe slightly different design aesthetic, but I can't imagine they would look anything like what we've seen up to this point. Hell, it could just be a box with some engines on the back for all we know. Or they might just be they might be those transports that they used in The Force Awakens, you know, those little ones that you got the cockpit at one end, you got the engine the other, and everything in middle. In middle is a seat for the troops to sit on. It's terrible transports, ugly things. That noise you can hear, that's the computer hard drive. It's absolute pain in the ass. That, well, it might actually be Bailey. He's cleaning himself now, and he can be quite loud doing that. Yeah, there's Bailey as well. Wow, he can. He is quite loud cleaning himself sometimes. But yeah, you can't hear it. Okay. Well, it's registering on the streaming service and the microphone. Yeah, the bar, the sound bar. It's registering on that. So even though I do have um, sound cancellation on, but it doesn't seem to do much. And now to a gameplay stream of the pod racing video game. Funny you should say that because I do actually have it on Steam on my PC. Haven't played it in a while. I'll have to get my throttle on the and I'll have to get my HOTAS out. But I probably won't do that. Actually, do I have it on the PlayStation? I think I do have it on the PlayStation as well. Oh no, it's Starfighter I have on Steam. The pod racing game is on the PlayStation. I can install that. It's easy. I'll think about it. I know you're probably joking, but I'll think about it. I will think about it. Hmm. That's not much of a game. I mean, all you're doing is it's just an arcade game basically. It's the same as the arcade version. Yeah. Okay, so what was your favourite part of the Phantom Menace? Pod Race and Duel of the Fates. That's easy. I have to agree with that. I mean, they're the best parts of the film. I think the pod racing went on longer than the Duel of the Fates, though, didn't it? Longer than the fight, at least. Music is, in general, is amazing. You're not wrong there, Wind Grace. It's better than great. It's epic. Just wait for that to catch up because I can't see a bit of it. But yeah, the music in general in Star Wars until Disney got it, obviously, been outstanding. They were outstanding, always outstanding. The problem I have is any future Star Wars project looks like it's going to be done in America, not the UK anymore, which I think is a shame because there's a lot of history there. So I think it's really real shame that they're going to go away from filming in the UK any Star Wars projects. I'm betting it's because when that representative filed the wrong tax pay documentation, that the British government sued them for the tax for filing the wrong stuff. Yeah, exactly, and that's the start of everything. Gotten. Yeah, loved all the times they had to say gotten. But I mean, if they're going to do it with Mando and Grogu, I'd assume that they're going to do it with any Star Wars project moving forward. Yeah, I'm off as well. I was just going to wait until it got to 2 hours 30 minutes, but it's pretty much there. So yeah, I'm heading off as well. So I hope you liked this stream. If anyone watches the replay back and watches up to this point, please do hit that subscribe button, hit that like. If you're watching on Rumble, please do hit follow. You're welcome to subscribe, but that's fine. And please, yeah, check out the links in the description below. There's a link to a tipping page where you can tip, and I'll address that when they come up next time. And there's a couple of links to some stores where you can buy some merchandise. Like this shirt here, this polo shirt. So, yeah. Yeah, you too, Windgrace. Have a great night. But yeah, just please like and subscribe. It's the most important thing you can do for us. And it is outstanding if you can do that. So, until next time, guys, stay safe, take care, and may the Schwartz be with you.